Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Gary Watson, G.WatsonImages, and I just thought I'd do a quick tutorial video tonight. I was browsing around earlier on Facebook, and one of the pages that I follow is the Indiana Album. They're a not-for-profit that they digitize old photos, and it was kind of cool. They have I don't know, a retouch challenge here that they had posted on their page. So basically, they've got a link to their Dropbox with a bunch of old photos that they've got, and they post them up here for people to go in and see what they can do. So I went to the Dropbox, checked some of these old photos, look really cool. Some of these old things. And I thought I would do a quick video showing how I digitize, or not digitize, how I go in and save some of these photos. I do have clients that contact me and that want me to kind of go in and save some old family photos. I've done a few of my own for my mom and dad, and it's really cool. It's kind of fun to go in and breathe the new life back into these old photos. So this is the one that I'm going to do the quick tutorial on. I thought this is a really interesting image. They are large files. I've already downloaded this one, so it may take a little time for you to download the photo, but they're large uncompressed TIFF files of the scans. So I've already got it here. What I'm going to do is open it in Adobe Bridge. This is just my workflow. Everybody has a different way to do it, but this is what I found works best for me. So I right click and I'm going to open it in Camera Raw. I shoot everything in RAW, so I'm pretty familiar with what I'm doing in RAW, and it helps my workflow to be pretty quick and streamlined, I guess. So first thing I'm going to do on this is I'm going to take this clarity and go to the right. I'm going to go all the way. That's really going to start to bring out some of the darks. Next thing I want to do is just play around with my shadows. Bring that down a little bit. It's already starting to wake this photo up a little bit. We'll start with the highlights now, and it's really starting to look pretty good. It's starting to get a little dark, but that's okay. I'm still tweaking here. Maybe bring that up just a little bit here, and I can kind of keep an eye on my histogram up here as well. So my computer monitor isn't very calibrated. I need to get a new monitor that's more accurate, but that's why I always kind of keep an eye on the histogram up here too. So we'll go to the black level and bring that back, and that's really, wow, that's really starting to bring this photo back to life. I think it's starting to get some of that detail back. Looks really good. Increase the contrast. Pump my whites up a little bit, and even just a touch more. Kind of the goal with looking at the histogram is you want to take up pretty much the entire space here. So you can see whenever we increase the exposure, you're starting to, over here to the right, cramp that up. We don't want to get too cramped up, but get pretty close to it over there. Same way, we can't really go much further with our blacks, but can increase the contrast, and that's going to kind of creep it down there a little bit. Might be a little bit too hot. We can go in and in Photoshop dodge and burn as well, but that looks pretty good. I'm not going to add a ton of sharpening, maybe just a little touch. They don't really want you to change the integrity of the photo, but these are large enough files that I think I can get away with a little bit of sharpening. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So we can click on the preview, and wow, that's a huge difference. Looks really good with taking a couple minutes just in Camera Raw. We haven't even done any dodging and burning or anything yet, but I'm pretty happy already with how that's looking. So I'm gonna open that up. Again, it's gonna take a second because it's a large file. It's gonna take a minute here in Photoshop, but if you have any old photos that you're wanting to have retouched, you can contact me and I can quote you a price depending on how many you're looking at wanting to have done or what you're wanting to have done to them. I really enjoy doing that for clients because I've done a lot, again, for my own family, and it's kind of like walking back in time. It's kind of interesting to see new life breathe back into these old photos. So what I like to do too is I'm going to go in here, and I have a copy of this that I did not edit, and I'm going to open that as well, just because I like to compare what I had. And again, I'm just going to open it, not edit it at all in Camera Raw. I'm going to duplicate that layer to the other file. So now what I can do is duplicate my edited version, and in that way, as I'm editing, I can constantly go back and compare, and I've got a nice little before and after photo that I can make too, which is kind of neat. So, but yeah, so I got the two versions there. So this is really cool. Just zooming in, looking at the faces of these ladies, and kind of wondering, where life took them. It's really fascinating to me to look at these old photos and wonder, where these people are or ended up. But so this photo looks really good. If this was a paid client, and I would probably spend a lot more time editing this down. These little freebie challenges. I think this photo it's amazing how much better it looks already. Usually what I do is I duplicate what I'm doing too, so I can always kind of go back and compare. But this one, I'm not really going to go in and do a ton of stuff. I mean, there's a couple things here that I might go in and use the spot healing brush to clean up some of this stuff down here in the photo. But with these old photos, you don't really want to change the integrity of the photo. So that looks pretty good to me already, like that. And get an idea of the before and the after. We can spend some time going in here and dodging and burning if we wanted to, and increasing contrast. Oh, that's too much. Dodging and burning some of the faces, bring some of that out. But again, I think these look really good already with just a couple minutes into it. So if you have any questions, feel free in the comments section to write any comments. Do me a favor and check out G.WatsonImages. I've got my portfolio all here. I've got my own before and after edits that are up here from some of my work. I may contact the Indiana album and see if they mind if I put one of my before and after edits of their old historic photos here, just so people can kind of check it out. But be sure to hop over to Instagram, G.WatsonImages, and give us a quick like over there, and also, of course, on Facebook. So that's it. Thanks again, guys. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message, leave it in the comments, or if you do have some old photos that you would like to book me to fix, then let me know. Thanks. Have a good night.